Ladies and gentlemen, this evening, for all those who have been watching the developments in Pakistan and getting confused perhaps because everyone in India and across does not know the details of Pakistani politics, all we see is the headline that Imran is under threat, Imran is losing the numbers, there's going to be an assembly session, Imran may go, Imran's having a rally, Imran's threatening the army is threatening Imran and all that. I just want to explain what really is going on, viewers. And viewers, let me begin by saying this. It is not Imran versus Maryam versus Shehbaz. That's not the fact. The reality is, and you ask anybody in Pakistan who knows, the real story in Pakistan is that it's American interest on the one side and Chinese interest on the other. Of course, Pakistan is an absolute mess in terms of its economy, in terms of its inflation, in terms of its indebtedness, in terms of its political instability, everything. It's always a tinderbox. So Pakistan is the kind of country, if you can call it one, where there's a little gust of wind and everything goes absolutely in an uncontrollable direction. But here something else is happening. Imran is threatened politically, and over the last 2 months he's been abusing America quite vocally. And now he's talking about a secret letter that he has. He's been threatening to show the people of Pakistan a secret letter. The more he's come under threat, the more he's talking about this secret letter. Nobody's really seen it. But he says he has a secret letter. And we're now hearing this could be a letter from an ex-Pakistani diplomat that has been written by him after meetings with American officials, where there's this whole hint of an American conspiracy to remove Imran Khan. Possible, because America has always wanted Pakistan in their corner. But what is Imran's response? Imran's response is to go crying to the Chinese. He's been wooing the Russians also. And if you see even the statements of his foreign minister today, he just talks about working closer and closer and closer with China. So, pushed to the corner, Imran is now beginning to pull out the last card any Pakistani ever can right now, which is the China card. So here's the fact. Imran is suggesting the Americans want him out, and Imran is indicating that the Chinese want him in. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, whichever way you look at what's happening in Pakistan, keep the bigger picture in mind. And that's what I always do for you. I just present the bigger picture to you. The bigger picture is this, that after Ukraine, Pakistan, unfortunately our neighbor, is now sandwiched between Americans and Chinese. And Pakistan, after Ukraine, is the latest geographic location for the China versus America larger battle. And that's what's happening in Pakistan today, ladies and gentlemen. Very interesting flow of events there. The Chinese, in fact, said today that they will be strongly standing with Pakistan against any external interference. Obviously, they don't consider themselves external to Pakistan anymore. They consider any other country that wants to influence Pakistan as external. So the Chinese were warning the Americans that if you try and get into Pakistan, we are going to back Imran. It's going to be very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Very interesting. Fascinating to see how Xi Jinping and Joe Biden's latest clash plays out in Pakistan. That's the correct way of looking at it. And that's debate number one.